10 terrifying things people found in basements.
Jonathan and his friend explore the basement of an old apartment building. The place is truly eerie and aged. Jonathan is convinced that something terrifying could be hidden down there.
So you're down there exploring? I don't get the play there.
Center of one of the rooms, they find a large cedar wood box. Built into it is a door with a lock that can only be opened from the outside. A mysterious air tube sticks out from the box, likely meant to supply someone inside with air. And when Jonathan opens it, he finds a small, hidden room.
Nah, dude, that's just a weird kink thing. No? I bet you. That's just weird. That's some weird-ass shit, but I don't think it's like anyone killing anybody. It would be all messed up and like gross-looking inside, I think. I think it's just a weird-ass kink thing.
Clearly meant to hold someone captive.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like a tube. That's like an exhaust pipe. That's totally different.
Judging by the deep scratches on the inside walls, whoever was trapped in there desperately tried to get out. It's impossible not to feel
Okay, well, okay. Well, now I'm humbled.
disturbed.
James, look at this. James, look at this.
Oh my
There's
god.
scratch marks. There are legit scratch marks. There are fucking scratch marks. They drilled holes into it so that the fresh air could still come in, but you couldn't get your hand up there. You can reach out and signal to people. There are hammer marks in here, that makes sense, but these scratcher marks right here, it's like someone, look, boom, 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 boom.
On the wooden surface around the vent openings, there are marks. Ones that look eerily like human fingernails clawed into the wood. Let's sum it up. They discovered a box that very well could have been used to imprison people. Outside the box, there's a stool, positioned in such a way that someone could have sat there, watching. Maybe.
Why are there 4 stools in there, though? Is that to, like, give them no fucking space or something? Like, what would be the point of that? I mean, you can't, like, lay down when there's that many. Like, you could find a way to lay down if there was nothing in there. But, I don't know. I think that's to make it more uncomfortable.
Even enjoying the suffering of a helpless person. Crying and
Yeah, torture box. There you go.
screaming to be let out. There's also a microwave nearby, possibly used to heat food for the person locked inside. And strangely enough, that microwave might be one of the creepiest things in the whole room.
Yeah, that's some, like, Walmart Joe shit, you know? The guy that, like, keeps people in boxes and cubes that are, like, full glass. But that's just, like, low, like, Home Depot build. That's pretty shit. That's gross, though. Honestly, him touching that, I mean, isn't that kind of gross? Like, you're touching, like, I don't know. Obviously, like, dead skin, but that's, like, not crazy. But, like, that person might be... Where are they dead? Did they dispose of the body? Like, what else is in there? Is this, like, a furnace?
The most chilling part comes when the guys stumble upon an old furnace.
Oh, my God. There you go. There you go. There's going to be bones in that, though, no?
Clearly used many, many times. That's when it all starts to make a horrifying kind of sense.
But it's cans. There's, like, cans in there.
Once the torment ended, the body may have been placed in that furnace and burned. When a man went down into the basement...
Would that dispose of the bones, though? I mean, I know, like, a cremation thing, but isn't that different? Or that's a furnace? That's a crazy video, though. That's crazy to find in a basement. I'd be too creeped out to, like, be going up all in it and stuff, but that's crazy.
of his Texas home, he noticed something terrifying.
Oh my God.
He had gone down there one day to fix a cable issue, but as soon as he reached the bottom of the stairs, he thought he saw something moving on the floor. Could it be rattlesnakes?
Oh, no. Nope. Not even gonna put that out in the universe. Nope.
As it turned out, there were 45 rattlesnakes.
45? And they're just gonna, like, keep having babies and shit? You're gonna have, like, 200 snakes down there?
Living right beneath his house. No one knows how so many of them ended up settling there.
Ew.
Quickly assessing the situation, the man called a professional snake removal service. When the team arrived...
Ooh, that bill, though, for 45 little suckers? Oh my God. What was that, like 10 bucks a pop?
Went down into the
It's gotta be more than that. It's probably like 40 bucks a pop.
basement. They were shocked. Not only were there snakes piled together on the floor, but some were even hanging from the ceiling. The lead handler knew they had to proceed with extreme caution,
Ew.
not wanting to provoke any of the snakes. One by one, the snakes were carefully
Dude, do they ever just like die? Just like curled up and just sit there and just kind of like die? Like, are they all alive?
removed and relocated to a safe area. For most of us, the very thought of 45 rattlesnakes living under our house is the stuff of nightmares. A man named Jamie.
Dude, you could put me on an entire island that's like 1,000 acres or some shit, some crazy amount of space, and put 45 snakes there. I'll just swim. I'm not doing it. I don't care how much space I have. They're gonna find me. I'm gonna find them. I'm not doing it. Well, maybe. If it depends. If I feel like I can like build a fort or some shit, I'll try it out and like elevate, to a point where they can climb though. So you're kind of fucked in. Build a boat? Can they swim? I don't know. I don't know what I would do. That's toughy.
Found something unusual in his house and decided it needed to be investigated. He had always been curious about the strange hatch in one of the rooms, but never had the courage to open it himself. So he hired a professional to do the job.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good idea. What was that, like $100, $50?
After all, no one knew what might be down there. Guests who visited often commented on the oddly placed table in the room. It looked like it was hiding something, and it was.
I would immediately think your family has bodies under there. If your dining table is placed suspiciously on top of a little panel like that, oh no thank you. I'm not coming over for dinner. I'm not gonna be friends with Nathan. He can go fuck himself. I'm not doing it. Get away from the family.
Placed table in the room. It looked like it was hiding something, and it was. It was clear Jamie was too afraid to open the hatch on his own. Maybe he feared what might be waiting below.
Oh, Jamie's like the next one in line as like a serial killer, and then he's just gonna have, when the second he opens it, the professional, he just pushes him in. And he just collects like trades guys down there. I don't know why, but he's got like a whole bunch of them down there.
You have to wonder, how many nights did he lie awake thinking about what could be down there? The moment the hatch was opened, it became clear why he had avoided it for so many years. Not wanting to kill the spiders, he simply scared them off. But as he stared into the darkness, he couldn't help but wonder what might lie in the unknown. Shining a flashlight into the void, he saw bare walls and the unpleasant smell of decaying metal.
It's just nothing. There's just nothing there.
Pipes. In one corner, he noticed something slimy, not wanting to touch the strange substance with his bare hand.
What is this though? Like, is this the bottom floor? And then what is this? Like, is it a basement?
Jamie grabbed a long stick. He couldn't figure out what it was or where it came from. He could only imagine how long it had been there. He'd lived in this house for many years.
Well, hurry up,
Could
Jamie.
all of this really have been right under him the whole time? Around the edges of the room, roots had even begun to grow, despite the complete lack of light. Maybe this place had once been a cold storage room or even a bunker. But then he noticed something else, something far more unsettling. In the back wall, there was a strange hole. He shone his flashlight into the far corner and froze. There was a pile of ash, a large one. It made no sense. There was no furnace, no fireplace. So what had burned here?
Bro, that's it? Oh my god. You're gonna jump? Oh my god. I feel like there's a lot to that, but we didn't get into it. Like, that's a whole thing. If this is it, bro, that's a staircase. Am I tripping? That's a whole thing down there. That's like a... And then we're just gonna focus on a pile of ashes randomly that I can't see because your damn light's too bright or it's not there. Like, I don't know. Goofy. That one was goofy. Not gonna lie. That one was goofy. The snakes was... Yeah, no, this was good. We're gonna like...
Basement in an old London house already sounds unsettling. London is full of centuries-old homes, many of them carrying dark and twisted reputations. So it's no surprise that new owners of these aged properties often stumble upon strange and disturbing things, long forgotten and buried beneath layers of dust.
Ew.
One such discovery was made in 1990. The estate once belonged to Thomas Mary Lynn, After centuries, a hidden basement was found beneath the mansion. The new homeowners were absolutely stunned by what they uncovered.
Ooh.
Inside the basement,
Ooh, is that someone's real head from like forever ago? Ugh. Who owns that? Why would you want that? And what's in the jar? His blood? Ugh.
was a massive collection of wooden crates, all once owned by Mary Lynn, who, as it turns out, was a renowned explorer and crypto-naturalist. Throughout his life, he had gathered bizarre and fantastical specimens, most of which had remained stored away in that very house. Among the
Is that like a baby werewolf? What the fuck is that? Is that real? What's a crypto-zoo?
most of which had remained stored away in that very house. Among the contents were taxidermy dragons, werewolves, and vampires, as well as strange artifacts and remnants of brutal experiments allegedly conducted by scientists of the time.
Oh, they're just like models.
The basement was such a treasure trove of the uncanny that it eventually inspired the creation of an entire museum dedicated to the eerie contents discovered beneath that house. In the city of Phoenix,
Well, that's pretty sick, actually. Wow. And that person never knew about that, even after they died. That's crazy. That was a good one.
Arizona, there's a long abandoned restaurant. One day, an ordinary urban explorer and blogger ventured into the decaying building and made his way down to the basement.
He set this bitch up. Are you kidding me? He definitely set this up. Pulled up with his Prius and like $45 in there and then just like set him up like this.
What he found was something straight out of a horror movie.
They're clean as fuck, dude. There's no way. This one looks like brand new at the package, the red. Wait, I have a mouse. What am I doing? Pointing. Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Creepy dolls were arranged along a large table, eerily mirroring Leonardo da Vinci's famous painting, The Last Supper. The building had once been an old department store, but no one knows who placed the dolls there, or more importantly, why. When an Australian man...
And why does the footage go from showing that to having
Why?
no change on the table at all? So, I don't know. That's fishy. That's nothing.
Something odd. The carpet seemed to be slightly raised. Lifting it up, he discovered a hatch that led to a hidden room. The entrance to this eerie space had been boarded up. Gathering his courage, he broke through and made his way down. What he found shocked everyone. The underground room was filled with old bed frames, 24 of them to be exact. Scattered around were newspapers from 2012, not particularly old. There was also a fireplace that looked like it had been used not too long ago. Power cables ran down from the upper floor, suggesting the space had electricity. It quickly became clear that this creepy basement had been used for something.
Bro, the fact that it has 24 beds, there's real scenarios where 24 beds would be a viable situation. Like if it was like a daycare or something like that, or like a hospital. Like, what the fuck?
But what exactly? It's hard to imagine it was anything good. Why so many...
What? Why would you immediately imagine it's something bad? Oh my...
beds? Why the fireplace? Why was the place so well hidden? Even the entrance was concealed under a carpet. No one knew it existed until now. You can only guess what kind of horrors might have happened down there.
I mean, it could have also been like a brothel or something. I mean, that's not necessarily like that. This is Arizona? Is that what he said?
Australian man moved into his new home. He noticed something odd.
Australia? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It could be anything. That's kind of dumb. Just because you found 24 bed frames in a basement.
Room after room, joking around and having a good time with his friends. Lark was exploring another abandoned building with his friends. They were checking out room after room, joking around and having a good time. No one expected anything strange or terrifying to happen. Eventually, they began heading down to the basement. After descending several flights of stairs, they suddenly heard a scream from below. A terrified, desperate scream. They froze.
Stairs. Wait. Hello? It's coming from down there. It's coming from down there. It's coming from down there. There's got to be a room. Wait, what?
Oh, dude, I immediately think there's like a ruse or something. Like you're trying to distract me so that someone can like jump me.
I told you there was a room in there.
At first, the group was shaken, but after mustering some courage, they continued down and found themselves
Hearing some crazy shit.
in a dark, cold basement. In the shadows, they spotted a large, locked box. As they looked around and listened carefully,
Wait, so we're just dodging the girl? Like what?
it became clear someone was inside. For the next 5 minutes, they struggled to break the lock open. When they finally did, what they saw left them speechless. Inside the box was a real girl. She was filthy, exhausted, and visibly traumatized.
Yo, what the fuck?
Too scared to even look the boys in the eye. They quickly gave her warm clothes and helped her out of the building. What happened to her afterward remains a mystery. There's no further information about the incident.
Yo, I hope that's like fake for a stupid video. Like what? And their reactions were a little bit weird to me.
Wait.
Like, wouldn't you be more panicked if you're in a building that you know is abandoned and then you hear someone like a woman screaming like that? Like that was like help scream. It has fragile on it. Like I don't know. That just seems a little bit like set up to me. It's all a little bit too convenient. Like what did she had nothing to say about it? You guys didn't call the cops. You just opened it and then like let her out. Like come on. That's so goofy.
Further information about the incident. Who put her there? Who locked her inside? No one knows.
Nah, she's with y'all.
After buying a new house, he noticed a strange hatch in the floor. At first he was excited, thinking he'd found some extra...
Dude, how the fuck do you buy a house though and not check every fucking thing? Like if I'm like walking through, I'm gonna be like, what's that? You just went with the shit off Zillow and you just raw dogged it and bought it? Come on, bro. Like walk through that bitch, check out all the doors. I would open every single fucking compartment in the house before I buy it. Like you're dumb for this.
Storage space. And technically, he was right. The space could be used for
Wow,
storage.
sick.
But there's
Sick. Why don't more houses have that?
one problem. It's terrifying just to go down there. The hidden room feels more like a long...
Okay, that's too much. Now it's a convenient little storage. What's with the extra path to go down further?
forgotten dungeon, or even a prison cell. And the most unsettling part? This basement leads directly to the neighbor's house.
Oh.
This footage was recorded...
Oh, what the fuck? Nah, I'm getting that shit filled like cement. Wow. Okay.
Recorded during a live broadcast on YouTube by a group of explorers who investigate mysterious places. The stream begins with the team explaining that they're inside an abandoned building somewhere in the Idaho desert.
I don't know where we're at. We're in the middle of the desert and we found another abandoned location.
They claim that as soon as they arrived, they began hearing strange voices and knocking.
Bro, did y'all check if anyone's living there? People don't think anyone lives in abandoned places. They do. It's free.
Sounds coming from the empty rooms. The video shows them going from room to room, carefully exploring the abandoned structure. About 30 minutes into the investigation, they discover a mysterious hatch that leads to a small basement. Inside, they find an old children's swing set up among the rubble.
Stomach. How creepy. Look at that child's swing, bro.
I mean, that could have just been set there and then never touched.
Toward the end of the stream, the team overcomes their fear and decides to go back down into the basement. This time, something truly unsettling.
What was that?
Hi. Is that a ball? There's a ball. Oh, it just moved. Oh my god, it just moved. Holy cow.
As you can see, a ball lying on the spit starts to move on its own.
There's a ball. Oh, it just moved. Oh my god,
On its own. As you can see, a ball lying on the spit starts to move on its own.
There's a ball. Oh, it just moved. Oh my god, it just moved.
Nah, this dude's over here moving right next to it.
The guys are stunned by what they're witnessing. The eerie noises, whispering, and the unexplained movement of the ball left viewers wondering, What might have happened in that abandoned building
That's not a good angle, so I can't even see.
to leave behind such a ghostly presence? Could that basement have once been used as a place of punishment for a helpless child?
Ugh, I hate when they do that shit. All these like scary ones, they want to do that annoying ass shit where they try and like make it really exaggerated, and it pisses me the fuck off, and I hate that shit. Moving on.
For at least 9 years, waiting for the end of the world. They were found after the eldest son.
Whoa,
Dutch
whoa,
police
what?
have uncovered a family that had been living in the basement of their home for at least 9 years, waiting for the end of the world.
What? And they didn't check the news or fucking Facebook?
They were found after the eldest son showed up at a local bar asking for help. A 58-year-old man and his 6 children, aged between 16 and 25, had been living in complete isolation on a remote farm in the northeastern province of Drenthe.
Whoa.
Their discovery only came about when the
How the fuck do you get out here, though? How does that even... no one else is out here.
eldest son left the property, walked into a bar, and spoke to a member of staff. The bar owner, Chris Westerbeek, said the young man's appearance and behavior immediately raised concerns. He ordered 5 beers and drank them all, Westerbeek recalled.
Whoa.
Then I started talking to him, and he said he had run away and needed help. We called the safe light. He had long hair, a dirty beard, and was wearing old clothes. He looked completely confused, like he didn't understand the world around him. He told me he'd never been to school and hadn't had a haircut in 9 years. According to Westerbeek, the young man said he had been living on a farm in isolation with his younger brothers and sisters, and that he had come to realize they needed to get out. Following his tip, police entered the family's home and discovered a hidden staircase behind a cupboard in the living room. The stairs led down to the basement, where the entire family had been living. The farmhouse is located just outside the small village of Runewold, which has a population of around 3,000. Hidden behind overgrown trees, the property is difficult to see from the road. To reach it, one must cross a small bridge over a canal. The family had a small garden and kept a goat. According to a neighbor, there used to be geese and a dog as well, but he had never seen any children there, only one man. A journalist from a local outlet tweeted, "It appears the family had been hiding there, waiting for the end of days."
Wait, so they died? Like, did they just like run out of food or some shit? Like, why after 8, 9 years they got found? They were all found dead?
Have uncovered a family that had been living in the basement of their home.
They were all dead. Except for the guy that left and got the police? Or did they come and recover the people? Like, that's what I'm saying. Wow. But I bet there's people like that. Like, with this guy? Like, who the fuck is that, you know? I bet there's a bunch of people in that situation that aren't lucky enough to even get found, you know? Like, before they're already gone. That's so sad. Damn, okay. Wow, that was a really good end one. I didn't even know what to say because I was just watching. Like, that was such a good story.